Hello boys and girls, welcome to Science in Daily Life. I am Sir Zamin.
And I am Miss Freeman.
I do hope you are ready for yet another fun and exciting lesson in Science in Daily Life. As we promised you in our previous class that today we'll be making a homemade barometer. But can we recall what we did in the previous class? Yes, we would have identified the properties of air, we would have defined air pressure, and lastly, we spoke about the instrument used to measure air pressure.
Now, boys and girls, our objective for today is to make a homemade barometer. Now, boys and girls, here we're going to start with our materials needed to make our homemade barometer. First, we have our glass jar. Let's say, for instance, you do not have a glass jar at home with you. You can also use a large metal tin or maybe a tin that was used to have milk inside or so on, but a large metal tin can also work. We have our balloons. We have a few rubber bands, a tube of silicone glue, and we have tape.
In addition, we also have plastic straws, a cardboard paper, ruler, and a pair of scissors.
We also have markers which we'll use to identify the level that we want to have on this cardboard.
Okay students, since we would have acquired our materials needed, let us start with step 1. Step 1. Cut the neck of a balloon. Using scissors, just snip the end of the balloon right off. There's no precise place to make the cut. You just want to make sure that the opening will be large enough to fit over the mouth of your jar. Let us proceed to step 2. Stretch the balloon over the top of a jar. Use your hands to pull on the opening of the balloon and put it over the mouth of the jar. Pull it down all around so that the balloon is stretched flat over the mouth with no wrinkles.
Now, boys and girls, I'm just going to attach the rubber bands here so that it holds the balloon in place. And I just want to be on the safe side, so I'm going to put 2 rubber bands. And I'll even go for a third one. As you can see, there's no wrinkle at the top. The next thing we're going to do is that we're going to glue the straw on top of the jar. We need to cut our straw first. So
students, if your straw has a bent end, go ahead and cut that off first. Next, place a small amount of glue on one end of the straw and place it so that the end touches the middle of the balloon. The rest of the straw should hang over the edge of the jar, as Ms. Freeman is demonstrating.
here we're going to also use a little piece of the tape so that we can hold the straw gently in place while the glue is also drying. Good. Step 4, we're going to stand some stiff paper next to the pointer. To make things nice and easy, we're going to tape a sheet of paper together and place the jar next to it so that the pointer aims at the paper. Here we have our cardboard, and in order to make it stand or to stand up, we want to have it, by itself. So we're going to fold it to make a triangle. We're going to have some tapes and paste the edges.
One more?
No. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now here you can see, boys and girls, we have our cardboard standing. What we're going to do above it, so we're going to put our barometer here, and you can see it's to a point. Sarah will assist me with the marker, and we're going to just take a little dot there. So very close there. So the exact point where that straw is touching the cardboard, we're going to take a little mark here. Put a little mark. So what we're going to do is take our ruler, and we're going to hold that up for me, sir.
No problem,
Thank
miss.
you. Draw a line. Now we're going to put above that high and below that low. So we want to have our line here, and we're going to write
All right. So we would have just completed step 4. Let's move on to step 5. In step 5, we're saying to record changes in the pointer's position. Now, students, according to this experiment or demonstration here that we would have set up, as pressure rises, the pointer will aim higher up. When the pressure falls, the pointer will too. The barometer works because high air pressure pushes down on the balloon, causing the pointer to move upwards. And low air pressure pushes up on the balloon, causes the pointer to move downwards.
very well. Now, I want you boys and girls to try this experiment or this demonstration at home. Make notes about the weather conditions associated with each change in the barometer's position. When the pointer rises in time of high pressure, is the weather cloudy or is it clear? What about when the pointer drops during low pressure? Now, what really happens is that low pressure is usually associated with rainy weather, and high pressure can mean cooler or sunnier weather. Now, boys and girls, we can actually tell the weather from our little instrument that we make here. And we're going to show you with the difference of when we have high or low pressure by just with our experiment here. We're going to put this glass jar in some cold water to see what will happen. And we're going to put it in some hot water to see what will happen as well. And with that demonstration, you will now test it at home in your own time.
So, be right back, students. Let us go and grab some cold and hot water.
A few moments later.
Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. We would have gathered our hot water and cold water. Miss Riemann would have already poured some hot water in the Petri dish, and as you could see, the straw would have risen from that midway point, which indicated we have a high pressure. And what does high pressure indicate? It means that it will be a cooler or sunny weather.
Good. Now, boys and girls, let us try that with some cold water.
We're going to replace it.
Let us give it a few minutes to just readjust to the environment.
Yes, it's still warm at the bottom, so we need to sing until it's going to drop. Look, boys and girls, as you can see, It's already started dropping to the midway point. All right? So let's now put it in our cold water.
As you can see, boys and girls, the straw is pointing below the normal level, so it shows that it's low in atmospheric pressure. Can you recall what it means to have a low pressure? Low pressure is usually associated with rainy weather, meaning it's very cold or humid around us. And high pressure can mean cooler or sunny weather. Now, I am very glad that we actually could have made a barometer today, or homemade barometer, and I will challenge you, boys and girls, to go and make your own barometer at home and let us play around with the weather a little bit so we can know if it's going to be sunny tomorrow or it's going to rain this evening and so on. I do hope you had a lot of fun with us for this experiment and this lesson.
We sure did.
We sure did. So until next time, I am Miss Riemann.
And I am Sir Zamin.
Bye-bye.